So it is official. Summer has zoomed by, and us parents actually only gauge summer based on when our kids are out of school. And a lot of you already have kids that are back in school, and so your summer ended a couple weeks ago, and for that I'm sorry. But my summer is ending next week. Kiddos are going back to school, and that's cuckoo bananas. And so summer is over. It is time for rainy days and sweaters. Oh, I love sweaters though. Fall season is the best, for sure. So that's not terrible. But summer being over and the kids going back to school actually does have something to do with today's video. Sometimes I do that, and I will tell you what that something is in just a minute. But before I do, hello, I am Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are at Soap and Clay, where we make all the soapy things, and you are here for day 338 of 365 days of soap, and today we are making super cool pencil soaps that I'm giving to all the teachers for Teacher Appreciation Week in boxed gift sets things. It's a very long title. Every year for the Teacher Appreciation Week, I work with the PTA at the school, and I do a box set for every single staff member at the school that includes, soaps and bath bombs and shower steamers and things like that. And, for the guys, I do more themed stuff because not a lot of them take baths, But anyway, I do that every year. And this year I decided that I would actually get my booty and gear and theme it properly instead of just picking up a whole bunch of extra soaps that I had laying around from previous runs and drops and whatever. And so I'm theming the box this year, and I'm super excited. And the first thing that we're going to make are pencil soaps for the soap box thing. Yes, and so we're doing that today. And I don't super know how I'm going to do it, but it is going to involve a tall and skinny mold and some scraping tools that I make out of cardboard, because that's how I roll. And we should get to the video so you can see what the process is and how they ultimately ended up looking. So you won't see this because I title things differently when I put them on the YouTube things. But this video is currently titled Back to School, like in my, in my edits. And granted, I know that I put the title screen to say Back to School, but according to the analytics, a certain percentage of you guys don't watch the entirety of my videos. And so I'm assuming that entirety is, skipping the my face part. And so you're just randomly skipping ahead to, right about here and losing all context of everything that's going on. Imagine actually just randomly dropping into a part of my videos, because they never make any sense, right? Like, I just talk about whatever I want during the whole thing, really. And so if you just skip to a certain part, like, I don't know, 6 minutes in, for example, you have no idea what's happening. And you're just entering in to a weird tangent from me, instead of me actually talking about the soap. But I don't need to talk about the soap. Look, I'm doing it. I'm doing sculpted layers. Check it out. It's fun. Anyway, point is, back to school. I did that because Billy Madison, Adam Sandler, funny movie, Back to School. He went back to school. He had to do all of the school all over again. It was funny. Anyway, that's why I did it. We're making pencil soaps, colored pencil soaps specifically, and that's fun. Okay, now I'll actually focus on the pour. So here's what's going on. The first layer, I did look, emulsion check. We're gonna do that. Because look, oh yeah, it's getting thick in the Pyrex there. Don't ever make soap in Pyrex. I'm just kidding. That's a lie. Always make soap in Pyrex. Anyway, it's getting thick. But that's because the oil and the lye, both, very cold. And so it's false trace. But anyway, pour. First layer, orange. It's orange. And because it's a single layer, I was able to just put the kaolin clay and the micas and all the things just directly into the heated oils, the very cool heated oils, and did the same with this layer here. And I also mixed all of this to like a nice medium trace when it's all said and done, for sure, for the bottom one, and then also put it on a heating pad because I wanted it to firm up quickly and I have no patience. Now, how I actually accomplished this was I took the total weight of the entirety that goes into this mold, and so I think that's 56 ounces in total, and I split that in half, and I made 2 different batches of lye and 2 different batches of oils then as a result. So I didn't have this yellowy part for the top of the pencils just hanging out already at emulsion and just getting thicker and thicker while the bottom warmed up. But also, like I said, I'm very, very impatient, so I did put it on a heating pad to speed up the bottom part firming up, really. So this is my thinking. And the sculpted layers for the first part went very, very well. It was beautiful. None problems whatsoever with that. But this part here, first, I already have, a lot of soap batter in the mold, and there's still a not insignificant amount of it out and still in the Pyrex. Don't use Pyrex for soap making. Also, so kidding. Always use Pyrex for soap making. But anyway, so I'm just having to kind of spoon it on and then sort of create a triangle top, because I'm going to try to sculpt the top layer as well. But this is me, okay? I don't do things the right way when it comes to sculpting tools and stuff, which is to say I don't buy them. I don't buy them. I just make them out of cardboard because cardboard is aplenty, isn't it? And, waiting to get something from Etsy is bad for my mental health in general. So anyway, I just made it. And for the first layer, it totally works. But for the second layer, I don't know. I really don't know. Because the yellowy part there for the pencil part, not the colored part, you get it. It's already getting really thick. And that is because of the scent blend that I used. And let me tell you about the scent blend. So I'm making these things for gift boxes for all of the staff at my children's, elementary school. And I do this every year for Teacher Appreciation Week. Teacher Appreciation Week, by the way, I think we do it twice a year. The PTA does here. It's 2 different weeks, one in the fall and one in the spring. And in both instances, it's a full ass week of giving the teachers all of the dope things, like all of it. And so like every day they get catered breakfast and lunch, and that's awesome. And also every day they get something else special. So like gift cards to Cutter's Point, or gift cards for pedicures, or, soap. I give them soap. I give them boxed soap sets, really. And so it's wild. Anyway, for these particular soaps, I used, because I knew I would be doing just 2 layers and 2 colors throughout the whole thing, I used a blend of a whole bunch of my fragrances that I just had a little bit of left, or were really temperamental in a pour when I used them before, and I couldn't find a use for them at any other time. And so I blended those all together and made, a cool Frankenstein scent thing for all of these soaps, which are all scented, the same, because I blended a whole bunch together, lots of pounds. And because I was using scents that A, either discolor, or 2, do really weird things in soap, thus why I haven't used them in any other soap, I had to expect that things were going to do weird things in soap. And that's what that weird thing was. The middle there, probably the bottom too, I don't know, I wasn't cutting into it, super overheated. And there's some wild, almost ricing going on because temperamental scent blends, really. But it's okay because it's a simple pour, so it all works out. But let's go cut this. So on to the cut of this guy, and we've got some weird seepage going on, and we have lighter color orange on the top, and yay, I love this for all of me. There's some weird places, it's all wild. And again, like I said, I mixed scents together, fragrances that were bad. They did not work well in soap. They did not play nice with soap when I used them before. And so I expected them to look weird and to perform, weirdly. But again, two layers, and I want them to both be thick so I can do things with them. It all worked out. And I know what you're thinking. Oh my God, how irresponsible is it to just mix a whole bunch of scents together? The answer is it's not irresponsible at all. That's basically how all of your companies that you buy your scents from make their scents, for crying out loud. They take a note of this and a note of that and a note of this, and then anchor it, and boom, there's your blend. And also the majority of the scents that were just sitting on my shelf that I hadn't used because problems were vanilla because discoloration, and also bakery scents just in general because they don't tend to work out very well. And so yeah, it's all the same basic premise. It all smells delightful at the end of all of it. There's a floral note along with some baking notes in the entire thing. Oh yeah, because also florals. Florals are the absolute worst for me. I never have good luck with them. I also did not have good luck with sculpting the top of this, which was very unfortunate. So I ended up having to ultimately take my dough scraper and cut that into a, triangle shape there to make it look like a pencil. And this was actually very interesting timing because the exact same day I had just finished pouring these, a gal in my Discord, one of my most favorite humans on the planet, Shells of For You by Shells, had posted a picture of these cool triangular loaf pan things that she got at like Restaurant Supply or whatever, and was wondering how to line them. And then she started putting triangular soaps on her Instagram page almost the next day. And I was like, I should have had myself one of those triangular pans. Really, that would have been smarter. But I didn't have one. I had tall and skinny loaves, a lot of those, and, a dough cutter. So this works too, for sure. Now, I know what you're thinking, again, also, because I am omniscient and always know what people are thinking, apparently, today. Why do you have so many soap cutoffs, and what are you going to do with that? How wasteful is that? The answer to that is I'm going to turn it into soap dough, because the soap is still very soft, and you can do that. You can make soap dough out of almost anything, and the upcoming holiday line will be very soap dough heavy as a result, because I'm going to need to go through soap dough for the cutoffs for I don't know how many bars of these I ended up making. A lot. I think 1,000. So lots of cutoffs, really. So lots of soap dough. So I will be including soap dough in a number of my projects for the rest of the year, which is exciting. Point is, it doesn't get wasted. It still gets used, and that's cool. And this is just the final touch. Obviously, I will carve these properly once the soap has had time to lose some water weight and firm up a bit, because right now it's just kind of a miserable process to get the lines in without getting, little detritus around them. But that's cute. That line is great anyway, and that soap is super cute. And also I'm thinking, because I ended up having to actually cut this into a pencil looking thing anyway, that I might not even bother trying to sculpt the next round of these, and I'll just sort of kind of build it in the mold, knowing that I'm going to have to cut it. But yeah, those are cute. That's day 338. It's back to school. So all things considered, they're cute for sure, but the scraping tool absolutely did not work on the top with all of that extra weight that it was going to be pulling. I really do actually just need to use my 3D printer and start making sculpting and scraping tools, because I really actually do like making sculpted soaps, but I always shoot myself in the foot because I do it with, you know, a piece of cardboard instead of something sturdy. So that didn't work, but they are cute because I had to cut them down to make them that way. And so I'm thinking we're going to do it again, but I am going to, instead of trying to scrape the top, I'm just going to sort of build the soap up in a triangle-esque shape and then just cut the ends after saponification, because I had to do that anyway. And I think I'll end up losing less soap in the process. So stick around for that, is the, you know, TLDR of what I just said, because I'm going to do that tomorrow. It'll be fun. I am super, like, I mean, I'm absolutely chuffed about these. They're so cute regardless, so yay. But yeah, we're going to try it again. We're gonna do it better tomorrow and see if I can find a better way to do this. So if you're interested in seeing that, you know, subscribe. That would be cool. You could click the button. Awesome. For those of you who have subscribed, hey, you're cool. Thanks for clicking the button. And for the people who have clicked extra buttons, membership buttons, website buttons, newsletter buttons, Discord buttons, so much button clicking for me. That's amazing. Thank you. You're awesome. And I hope you like my soap. If you are interested in getting this soap, it is not at soapandclay.com. I don't know if I'm going to put them up, but for now they're for the teachers. So go become a teacher at my kid's school, and then you can get one of your very own. Yes. I really do appreciate you guys joining me for another round of 365 days of soap. I'm out of here for today. We have school clothes shopping to do. We got to get haircuts. We have to get ready for an open house at the school. All the things. But I will see you guys again tomorrow for another round of soapy fun. Bye.